Hi, Bob.
When you think of television and a more innocent time, only one name comes to mind. That name, Desilu. Unlike any other independent production company, Desilu was innovative, producing comedies, dramas, variety shows, science fiction, and specials.
I love him, I love him. No, I want you to sing Babalu, but wait.
Founded in 1950, Desilu was the production company of Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz. CBS then asked Lucy to transfer the show to television. She insisted that if the radio show were to be moved to television, that Desi play her husband. CBS refused the new series concept, refusing to give up. Lucy and Desi, when CBS agreed to have Desi play Lucy's husband, Jess Oppenheimer created I Love Lucy, which premiered in the fall of 1951, starting what would become one of the greatest television production companies in history. The duo, along with Oppenheimer, came upon the revolutionary concept to shoot the show on 35mm film in front of a live studio audience, which had never been done before. Series such as Amos and Andy were already being done on film, but not in front of a live audience. At Lucy's insistence, Desi persuaded Carl Freund to be the series cinematographer. Freund would create for Lucy a lighting system that is still in use today. Desi was also able to get the legendary team of Hanna-Barbera to create the original animated openings to I Love Lucy, which have not been seen on television since 1956.
Philip Morris, America's finest cigarette, presents the Lucille Ball Desi Arnaz Show, I Love Lucy.
With a growing list of series in production, Desilu soon outgrew the rented studio space at General Service Studios, and in 1954 purchased Motion Picture Center, which is now Renmar. In late 1957, the company also bought RKO, including its properties in Culver City and on Gower Street in Hollywood, next to Paramount Pictures.
You got enough stuff in here to fill a museum.
Well, this is the prop building I was telling you about, and you know we got 3 floors, just like this.
Do you recognize this little fella?
No, who is it? One of your relatives?
This happens to be the star of one of the most famous pictures ever made, King Kong.
Along with the Culver City lot, they acquired the back lot where movies such as King Kong and Gone with the Wind were filmed. These acquisitions gave the Ball Arnaz TV empire a total of 33 sound stages, 4 more than MGM, and 11 more than 20th Century Fox had at the time. Starting at General Service Studios, Desi created what he called the Desilu Playhouse, which consisted of 2 sound stages connected by a common entrance for the audiences.
About 1959, Lucy decided to do something that had been done for her when she was under contract there at RKO, and that was start a workshop for actors. So she hired several of us, I think there were about 15 or 16, and put us under contract. It was a wonderful opportunity, and it's how I met Lucy.
Desilu worked hard to develop series for Hollywood stars. One they lost was Carol Burnett, who declined to star in a sitcom for the studio in favor of doing the Carol Burnett Show for CBS. At the conclusion of the 6th season, Lucy and Desi decided to end the half-hour run of I Love Lucy and expand it to an hour-long series, part of the Desilu Playhouse.
The new Lucille Ball, Desi Arnaz Show.
In reruns, it was retitled the Lucy Desi Comedy Hour.
The Lucy Desi Comedy Hour.
On March 2nd, 1960, Lucille Ball filed for divorce from Desi Arnaz.
Some reporters got on to the set. They weren't supposed to be, but they got onto the set, and they rushed up to her and asked her, they said, well, in this divorce, you know, everybody's expected it for a long time. You were the brains behind all of Desilu Studios anyway. And as fast as that, Lucy, who was in a rage about the divorce, and Desi could have easily said, you're right, I'm the one. I thought it was remarkable. At that moment, in that rage, she turned on the reporters and she said, that's where you're wrong. She said, nobody has given Desi the credit he should have. He's a great straight man, one of the world's greatest straight men. He's the one who did the business dealings. That's why we own a studio. Instead of, she said, I would have been a star in a series. But she said, we own a studio. We built an empire together. And she said, and it was Desi.
And in 1962, Desi resigned as president of Desilu and sold his holdings to Lucy, who succeeded him as president, becoming the first woman to head a major studio.
When he was drinking, he was really unable to function the way he used to.
Desi was drinking heavily towards the end of the time that he was in charge.
He got so far away from, literally so far away from the business that he destroyed himself. I think he drank himself out of business.
Oh, because we had 20 wonderful years together, and we're still very close, you know. We talk 2-3 times every other week on the phone, and we got wonderful kids. Now we got a grandson. Looks like Rocky Graciano already, this character. So we're very close, and we're very good friends. I still love her very much.
Desi was no longer around. She went in one day and read the script, and it wasn't the way it should be. It wasn't good. Desi had always done that for her, and she had to make up her mind then and there. Was she going to run it and be strong, or was she going to back away? And she said, so you know, kid, that's when they put the S on the end of my name.
For more than 20 years, Desilu Studios was home to such hit television series as Star Trek, The Andy Griffith Show, Mission Impossible, The Untouchables, Mannix, The Lucy Show, I Spy, The Dick Van Dyke Show, Armis Brooks, December Bright, and Hogan's Heroes. Eventually tiring of the stress in 1967, Lucy sold the company to Gulf and Western, which merged it with its other production company, Paramount Pictures, and renamed it Paramount Television. After a decade of doing specials and made-for-TV movies, Lucy decided to go back into the grind of a regular series in 1986.
I got the strangest phone call of my life. A very close friend of mine named Marvin Davis called me, who was very close to Lucy and Gary, her husband, Gary Martin, and said, would you be interested in doing the new Lucy show? I said, what new Lucy show? He said, the one that she wants to do, and she called me to see if you'd be interested in doing it. So I called Gary Marshall, and Gary said she'd like you to do it. So we started, and we did Life with Lucy.
It was Lucy's last regular appearance on television, and a major disappointment for her and her fans when it was canceled after 8 episodes. I Love Lucy is the longest-running fictional series in television history. It remains in syndication around the world more than 50 years after it entered production.